the person would record the screen while we are critical. Maybe to or something, we'll add the person to the microphone.
Okay, problem.
So it's going to be split in two, and the other side is going to be showing the TV. The person just has to be really stable. We're back. Okay.
Are we back up on YouTube? Okay. If you are on Instagram with us due to the YouTube issue, please, we're back up on YouTube now. Sorry for the issues, and I understand it's been on for a while, which means we missed most of the critique for
Okay.
Yes, Imoka. We won't go back to Rodney, we'll just do Imoka. So let's just summarize. I need someone to give us a summary. So, Olamide, maybe you take that. We'll be actively looking through the comments so that
Are we on YouTube now?
so that yes, we're on YouTube.
But it's not on the camera running from what I see here. I mean, on YouTube, do we have Imoka?
So can we have Imoka on the screen, please, on YouTube, along with the reference? Okay, so quick summary. Olamide.
Yeah, so,
Are we good? Okay.
okay, let me see YouTube.
Don't worry, just go ahead.
Right. Okay, so we did this, but then I'll just go over it briefly. This is Imoka Ibarre. From what you said, it's one of the closest we've seen. I mean, in terms of lighting, in terms of model, in terms of camera position, in terms of texturing, and then there's the detail around the arc that he kind of nailed. But then we had a few concerns because we realized that it was done on Photoshop, just image, copy, paste, match, and all of that. And we would have preferred if he had done that in 3D. I mean, texture and all. I mean, Photoshop is part of our job description, so I think it flies. But other than that, I think it's a stunning render. I mean, everything seems to be in order, except for was this the scene at the table? Yeah. So there's the problem with the placement of the base of the table. It's
The table as a whole.
the table as a whole. Okay. This is not centralized, right? So that's one of the things that Nene picked up on, and then the chair itself. A couple of things we missed at the base, but I think it works. The texture seems to be really close to the reference, so I think that works. The floor texture, I think, other than the scaling of the brick, I think we are good with that. And yeah, a very good one from Imoka. And I think we've done even the scoring. So we'll just proceed to the next person. Jimo Teslim. Not yet, yeah? Okay. So Jimo Teslim would come up on our screen shortly. While we wait, we'll just go over briefly on what we think this looks like. I mean, Kuli, what do you think of the overall scene? Ish.
Water.
Water.
The overall, yeah, I feel like proportion wise, it's still the most different. It's still the most different overall, proportion wise. So far from
So by proportion, you mean?
I mean, like the table.
By proportion, you mean the camera angle?
The models themselves, yeah.
Okay.
So the table, if you look at the table, the base is much slimmer than
Right.
what you have.
Right.
The base is the top
Even the
is
top, okay.
yeah, so it's quite different from I noticed that right away. The chair feels thicker. The wood, the chair arms feel thicker than the.
Okay, yeah. So we have images live on YouTube now, and I'll just cut in a bit. We're talking about the proportion of the model.
Very soon.
Yeah.
There's a new because the previous one had an issue, so there's a new link. It's up in the bio. It's going up in the bio now. So just rejoin with that link, or you can just go to the YouTube channel. You see the current live video. You understand the previous one had stuff for some reason. So just rejoin on the new link. You can get that in the bio on Instagram, or just check the Instagram channel. I mean the YouTube channel, and follow the most recent video. Yeah. So back to you, sir.
Right. So I don't know if we all missed Imoka, but briefly again, it's like the closest to the reference that we've seen. and from Mocha I've moved on to Juma Kesley. And yeah, so Juma Kesley, Kule was saying something about the models being a lot
Yeah, different. The table in particular is different from the reference. Yes.
table, right.
The chairs, scale-wise, the proportion-wise, they look okay, right? But if you look at the arm of the chairs compared to the reference image, you can see it's much slimmer. This one is Jima's one is much thicker.
The render is much
It's like it missed the scale generally of like the pieces of individual pieces of like the furniture and everything. It missed it completely.
Okay.
Camera angle looks good though,
Yes, I think
but the issue is with this, the models
the
themselves.
scale of the
Yeah,
object
the
itself,
the object
right? So yeah, I would.
Can you zoom into that arc?
The what? The
I
yeah.
attempted to do it in 3D.
Yeah, he attempted this one. This
Okay,
person
so this
attempted
is
to do it in
a
3D.
nice attempt at doing it in 3D, but
For the art, right?
yeah, for the art, but it could still be better. I think it's a bit too much, right?
Compared to the reference.
No, yeah, all of
It
it,
to be
yeah,
the face.
So
yeah.
it's just a matter of like
No, yeah.
placing it and letting it and then the subject.
2 moments.
Yeah, too bumpy, and it's not blending or flushing well.
I think there might be an issue with the model themselves or the displacement itself. Like feels like the edge continuity.
Tearing.
It's steering. Yes, you can see the
Yes,
steering.
edge
on the-
continuity
edge
on
continuity
3D Max, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a problem with the model.
So the fix for that, any suggestion?
Yeah, just
Keep continuity.
keep continuity on the edge.
An option like
So
that.
When you add the displacement,
There's a lot of technical things flying around.
Yeah.
None of this will come in the video.
Video, I like the way his wall looks too. His wall.
yeah, his wall
Wall.
looks very good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so
Amongst everyone, I think his wall is still the best.
The best. Yes.
interesting. Yeah, I think
What
I
do you
agree.
think?
Okay. I'm very interested.
So overall comments, Nene, what do you think?
Just like you said, except for the table. So far, I even think the arc is like the closest. Or let's say the best I've
The
seen.
best recreation in 3D,
Yeah.
particularly, I would say.
Aside
so
the
far.
guy that did Photoshop
Yeah,
and
we did copy.
Mm.
Yeah.
this is like the closest I've seen. I think
Okay.
overall, it looks except for the table and chairs, like you mentioned earlier.
So when you're looking at it,
Can
like,
easily
without
tell.
zooming in, it still looks. It's okay.
Yeah, you mean that edge thing?
Yeah, you know, although you can still see
Although my major
slightly.
problem is this bit.
Yeah, so this is also another issue with the displacement here. So when you do a Mostat parameter where you
You
shift in displacement, so you're supposed to shift
there's a
that
mount
line
and there's shift.
and then shift. So if you use the right shift
That
amount,
didn't
you
be
can.
used. That
Yeah, I think
didn't
this
be
one was
If you use 3ds Max, yes.
It was
I think it was in Blender. This is-
Probably.
It was Blender. I think,
In the Blender, okay, problem. So I don't use Blender.
in
but
3D Max, there's a
there's
shift.
an option in 3ds Max to like shift the displacement back. So by the time it comes out,
You can push it back.
you can push it back in.
Okay, if it's Blender, it's probably Vertex.
I don't understand what you mean by texture, but I think the floor looks. This looks raw. This looks really small. And
The- Oh,
No.
okay, yeah, I think it looks a bit rough too, but it's just the scale.
It's too small.
Very small, very tiny compared to the
Tower,
reference.
individual tower width is
Yes,
So yeah, the textures.
Yeah.
Right to the definition of texture.
but I think, I mean, it's a very good attempt.
Sure. Okay, so scorecards, right?
Yes.
So there's one thing
The door?
that I noticed so in the previous
Okay,
design.
cool.
So the chair, come down to this chair. Can you go?
This
Yeah, I want to see the
Chair by the
base. The base, yeah, the one on the right. The one on the right.
One on the right.
the one on the
Yeah.
right.
So that base, there's this slight color shifts from this particular wood. Yeah, that's that. So I noticed the first two guys, I think they had it, or the first or second. One person had it right. The first, but I think the last guy too didn't have it. I'm not sure.
That's same.
Yeah, I think the slim too didn't have it. So it's like it's small.
it's the same.
Sorry,
Isn't it?
You-
This is testing.
We're done with the slim.
No, we've not.
Is
Okay,
no, it's not testimony.
Yeah.
It's not
The film does not have.
okay. The slim does not have it. The slim does not have it.
Yeah.
between
Yeah, between the leg,
connector between the legs.
Yes, the slim does not have it.
I never know that switch.
Yeah.
The slim does not have it. So that's obvious, kind
Maybe
of.
if you look at the floating on here. Maybe I should not the other image.
No.
No, this is.
Yeah,
this is.
I think we changed when I zoomed out and
You remember?
okay. So
So are we going to scorecard? Then?
Yes.
how you zoom out?
Model details.
Yeah, this is the question.
Camera angle.
How about his lighting? We didn't talk about his lighting.
Yeah, lighting. Yeah, I think
Maybe the lighting is not bad, really.
good.
It's quite contrasty and brighter,
Hue change,
and then contrast as well.
but I think
The hue.
levels are not
Just like
bad.
the other, this is softer, it's light.
It's actual,
But
but overall, it's still
And there's a general hue
Yes.
mismatch
Yes.
that we have.
Yes.
More on the
towards,
and yeah.
it's going towards yellow than this one.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then the last one would be Paul Joel Akunku. So, can we have Paul Joel Akunku on screen? Judges, we have it on our screen as well. So, overall thoughts, I just want to say that this is the only plant that is close enough to Europe.
Yes.
True that.
Ish.
But it's not
You have
very
the-
alive.
Oh, yes, no, it is.
Probably dead.
I mean, this is the closest.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Even the
Apple.
orange too.
The position of the orange. So yeah.
Like so far, all
yeah,
the other
info
orange are
efforts,
like
yeah, very,
This one is one that is like actual that.
He probably made the plant himself.
Reddish. Yeah.
He made the plant himself, which is good. This is info effort.
And his work, he did it himself. There's
Yeah.
no pot to match.
The floor.
The
The arc.
yeah,
Yeah, for something done in
by himself.
By himself,
It is-
yes,
it
it
is-
looks-
it is great.
Then you
And I
also
like the
see
blend.
stuff on the right side.
Yeah. Can we see that,
This
please?
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking at the dwarf wall on the right side for our YouTube viewers. This is one of the
Far right.
far right, yeah.
Mm.
This is
It's close.
When you zoom in,
when you zoom in, it takes
Now-
Yeah, but when you look at it,
no, it's close. When you zoom in, it drops ish in the middle.
so there's something too that I was noticing is about the depth on the edges, imperfection around the edges. Zoom back in there. That
Okay.
where your mouse is, just zoom in where your mouse is.
Okay.
Look at the edge of and then the reference image.
Mm.
Zoom to reference image. Can you see that there
Mm.
along the edge? Do you see? So that extrusion on the wall, can you see? After the dwarf wall, yeah, where your mouse is, yeah, that extrusion around the edges, yeah, can you see the depth along the edges?
This is the last one. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so the depth map, can you see the depth along the edges? Do you see?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's another
Which is-
detail, and it's applicable to the floor as well. If you look at it, so the edges are too perfect. I'm just being finicky, anyways, but the edges are very perfect.
That's why you're here.
You understand? Like, there's no depth map, like because the depth map adds depth to like the image. So I could see it. I could see it from afar. Right? So I
Yeah.
could notice that depth is
and
missing.
also the wood.
Can we see the depth? Yeah, the wood. Can we see the wood? Up
The
top?
wood
At the top, okay.
Mhm.
adjustment.
No, I think you used bamboo. Or without wood.
No, just
It's just circularized. I think it's a circular. It's circular, but wood is trying to recreate the bamboo.
I mean,
Still, yeah,
No people
the
did.
depth map would have, the depth map would have probably done a lot. Depth map would have helped him a lot.
Yeah.
Really,
they look weird too.
they look weird.
Because they already connect.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's where the depth of the ambient occlusion.
You're just talking about the fact
The
that
fact that I made it round.
You made it right. Yeah, the ambient recognize the curvature exactly. So the ambient occlusion is missing and it's like showing up a lot.
Yes. The one is really not that.
It feels
But
like
this is.
They are.
free motion.
Can we see the reference image? Can we for the arc, yeah.
Yeah.
Like zoom
for
into
the
the
arc,
arc, yeah.
yeah, sorry.
Into the arc. Yeah, it's not bad really.
It represents motion.
Not bad really. And compared to the other guy that did Photoshop, the balance, I mean, it's sharp in comparison with the with the rest of the scene. It's equally sharp. The other guy that did Photoshop, the issue he had was it was blurred.
Yeah.
It was not balanced. This is much more balanced. His model too. I mean, it has the difference. Slightly, the legs, yes, it has the texture difference. The effort for the tree, I mean,
He said the plants.
The plant, sorry, my bad. The plant, if ever for the plant. Yeah, it's not bad really. It's not bad really.
Yeah.
Can we see the floor? Sorry, can we see the
Floor.
floor?
Oh yeah.
The floor is
Yeah. Yeah. It,
that floor texture is
calling me.
calling you. That floor texture is
Yeah. There's no normal on it. I think.
yeah. There's no bump on it.
If we had normal,
If you had normal, yeah.
Have that.
It looks like too much.
Hmm?
It looks like too much.
Yeah. So Harry said it looks like pretty much
The rendering.
And even like the shadows, like it looks like they're missing here. Like
Yeah, the
stuff.
joints, yeah,
No occlusion.
yeah, there's no occlusion at all in most of the things. The occlusion is really killing this. This would
So
have,
it's
this would have been
giving
very good.
emotion vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Everywhere, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. That's what is
So
killing this. It's
that-
killing the realism of this.
What's the problem with
Real time.
real time?
If it is too much, and that's probably the other things are touching, like they are not touching. Like you use Photoshop to piece everything
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
That's the same.
I mean, he had this, but
But
it's
it's
just
very
that,
decent.
yeah, very decent picture.
Okay, can we score now?
Camera angle, not bad.
Yeah, camera angle is not
I
bad.
think
the camera angle is F5. It looks
Yeah,
like
it looks like it.
it looks like F5.
Yeah.
The model.
You know, the lighting
Yeah,
and the
the
shadow.
model-
the
The
model-
lighting and the shadow, even the lighting and the shadows, like they look exactly like the
yeah,
reference.
where the shadows are falling.
And where the light is look exactly like the reference.
and the overall toning of the look too. I think
Yeah, actually,
for the texture is like
that texture is like a lot.
overall not bad.
Okay. When we're done with that, judges, I need you to please just put your names on it so we can put it.
Should give them points for that texture. That's that he did. That he did. He deserves points for that, really. And also deserves points for that.
Okay.
No, but the texture, I don't think we have. The
General.
fact that you added all this everything that is missing there, and I appreciated if I saw all of those.
This would have been the guy.
Alright. Can I
We don't
get
know. We don't know yet.
your cards now, please? Thank you. One blessing.
Could be the guy.
Thank you very much. Okay, so
I can go and break now.
not particularly. Okay, so relations are ongoing, right? So relations are ongoing. We'll be announcing. Sorry, media. I need us to put the product these images back together. So we will. I'll give you the names of which ones I'll be calling on first. Right? So we'll start with the product visualization category, but I'd like to just say that every single person who has participated in this competition, we think did a really tidy job, and the finalists even more so, right? So the winners will be determined by the judges scorecard basically, and then what's have two winners from each category, the winner and then the runner up. We have collations already ongoing for both products and any product. Every
Okay, cut back.
Yeah.
Can you cut back? You know what?
It's okay.
So there's a call. Can you cut back?
There's a call.
For you to cut the call.
Okay.
can we have a monolith render on screen? So I need a pen. Sorry.
Other, can you?
You need to like close my
Looks like we're just not.
My body is shaking. And yeah, this going to be done by someone. Not me.
I think it's too far. Because you have our legs. Our legs. No, our feet have not been shown. Our legs have been shown, but not our feet. But I have shown our feet, please. I'm not equipped for
Why
this.
do you impress me?
Ola,
To spoil it.
you're showing Ola.
Why do you impress me?
To spoil it.
You're showing our feet, man.
Okay, so can we just
It's not that very affecting. So how I came there YouTube.
okay. So do we have a monologue render on screen now? Thank you.
Would you minimize it, Alec?
You're on screen.
Okay. So among our product rendering contestants who were let me call them out. We have our winners already. Actually, right? Is that winner?
You could.
Okay. So for the product rendering category, we had Imoka Ibarri, we had Mubarak Ajibola, we had Olamide Tolufashe, we had Omololu Shoeton, and we had Rodney Ifeme. So can we have Omololu's two renders side by side? Is that possible? Well, that's what we're going to do for the product rendering. So George one scored. I think that's when we have it. Just the way we did the previous one. There are two renders for each person on the product.
It's like let's talk about the post.
Let's actually we can cover the screen because we're talking about everything in totality. We're not grading them individually. So I mean they were graded individually, but then we've pulled out the averages, right? And for Omololu, George one scored Omololu 14.5 out of 50. This is an average of both images. George 2 gave Omololu a 20 out of 50. George 3, 22.5 out of 50. And George 4, 31 out of 50. Putting Omololu at 88 out of 200, basically. So, I mean, the total is 200. We had 4 judges. So, putting Omololu at 88 out of 200. Next, so I mean, of course, I'm going from the ground up. Judges, please advise me if I'm doing it wrong. So next up, we have Rodney Ifeme. Judge 1 gave Rodney a 16.5 out of 50, Judge 2 28 out of 50, Judge 3 24 out of 50, and Judge 4 31 out of 50, putting Rodney at the 99.5. And putting Rodney at our 4th place finalist. Next up is Olamide Tolufashe. So Olamide's renders, do we have it on screen? If you can just have one or two of them, anyone, it's fine. Olamide's renders were a little bit noisy. For context, Olamide's renders were the ones in the bathroom scene. But
Yes.
so they were a little bit busy, not noisy, busy, and some of the comments were it is drawing away attention from the product itself. Right? So, George, yeah, and then the props were throwing the image off.
Yes.
So George 1 put Olamide at 23 out of 50, George 2 27, George 3 28, and George 4 31.5. This is an average of the two images. Putting Olamide at our 3rd place contestant at 109.5. We next up have Imoka Ibarri. Imoka Ibarri is the guy who had the pink scenes. Do we have that on screen? If we don't, it's fine. Pink scenes, some water around. Okay, so we have Imoka's renders on screen, right? Great. So Judge 1 put Imoka's work at 34, Judge 2 32, Judge 3 35, and Judge 4 34.5. Putting Imoka as a runner-up, we should probably applaud Imoka with 135.5 out of 200. 135.5 out of 200. And our product visualization winner
That's good.
is Mubarak Ajibola Owoyemi. Judge 1 put Mubarak at 43.5 out of 50. Can we have his renders on screen, please? Judge 2 put Mubarak at 38.5, and Judge 3 put Mubarak at 36.5. Judge 4, 37.5, all out of 50. Giving Mubarak a grand total of 156 out of 200, and making Mubarak Ajibola Owoyemi our product visuals winner for the Rendathon 1.0. Again, I'd like to say that every single participant did absolutely fantastic, and I mean the grading was live, so you saw the basics, you saw the metrics, you saw the reasons, you saw the justification for all the decisions that were made, and I feel like I agree with the judgments because Mubarak's work, I think standouts was the simplicity, right? The fact that
It's more realistic.
yes, okay,
One of them.
okay, so and that's really what it's about. The whole point of this is creating something that looks like a photograph, right? And still sells the story of your brand or of the brand. So Mubarak, congratulations. We'll be rolling out information on prize claiming. We'll be having the winners from each category, the 2 winners from each category will be coming into the studio to come. We'll have some pictures sometime next week, and you get your check card along with your payments, whichever means you'd like it to be done. But thank you so much for participating. Mubarak Ajibola Owoyemi, you are the winner of the product visualization category. You're going home with 100,000 naira, along with some rogue merchandise. Imoka Ivare, you are the runner-up for the product visualization category, and you'll be going home with 50,000 naira along with rogue merchandise as well. Everybody who was a finalist, so that means Olamide Tolufashe, Rodney Feme, and Omololu Shoetan. You guys also get rogue merchandise as consolation prizes, of course. But we appreciate every one of you, and for those of you whose work got featured today as finalists, you've done absolutely fantastic. And we're going to take a very short break while collections for the ABV's category is being done. We'll be back in maximum of 1 or 2 minutes, and I'll protest, Sha, if somebody wins from the 2 categories. We'll have to work out the funds. But yeah, thank you all for staying with us. We'll be back in the next 1 minute max to announce the winners of each of the ABV's category.
It's what you choose now. Yes, still on the list.
Sorry, we are on
It's still on the list.
the other day, they said they were surprised to hear something like that. When we want to style, or in this case, when you're coming up with a design, usually like we start with just to the product itself, like what does it do, how is it packaged.
Constituents and all that.
So you can tell the green leaves in Mubarak picture. I can tell she was probably thinking of it as because it's a natural product.
Yeah.
Get the serum is like a natural product and all. The greens on the packaging, I think that influenced our design.
Definitely.
Unlike Mocha also did research, I think, but I can tell from the guy. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I think the Mocha also did like research.
Exactly.
You can tell from his work that he actually thought he puts thought into it. But when she was there, it was just out of place. Like I want to look at a picture that will struggle
That's
to.
not to.
That'll keep me guessing. Is this a picture? Is this 3D or is this an actual image?
So as much as the design and story and concept is important, the realizing is also important. Right.
Yes, very no, because that's so people. You ask a lot of businesses or a lot of brand owners. I mean, they could easily go for this. I know a lot of them go for this, but what might put some people off is the fact that it doesn't look real sometimes.
Right.
So it takes out the realism.
And it makes them look cheap.
I would say it doesn't look. No, I wouldn't say
I mean,
it makes them
using a
look
fake
cheap.
shape, not realistic.
Yeah, is it cheap? Like you're not very serious yet.
Yeah.
Just can't look.
Yeah.
Like you're not very serious yet. Like if you really want to do the main thing, you put in more effort than just doing. So there's a lot of pictures that just look like patch. Like call it, how will I put it? It's like I'm scrolling through Instagram and like this picture, I'll call it patch and they just patch everything together.
Too much.
Because it's not you are putting something that is not in its place and putting it in its place. So
Yeah, I get that.
that's to look real, sure. That's the most
Okay,
important.
any comment from our judges? I have exciting news by the way, but you should consider. What are we doing? But I have exciting news. Yes, to comment on, just like Nene has done. I need to confirm something here.
Well, I think I'm glad the person that won.
Yes.
Yeah. So from
Well,
what I've
generally,
heard,
them should just work on their prop selections too.
yeah, prop selection. See, and then maybe
I won't say
overdoing.
because of pros and overdoing. They are actually product pictures that you see that looks loud. So it depends on the styling. You mean, for example,
They mean like the
I
quality
think
of the props, not the props themselves.
Like the quality.
okay, like the way you look.
The look you use,
So you
you
have
use the
like-
better one like that. So that's what me.
Like the polygons, the subdivisions, and all
Okay.
that.
As important as the product
Say something
itself
about it
is,
being easier.
the props around
It
it.
should should look real.
Texture, model, everything. Because they, at the end, they add to the reality.
Oh yeah.
Like the guy that had the bathroom scene, the bathroom
That would
towels
be like
were,
the
the towels were like curved and properly, and like the details and the polygons were I actually would have looked better.
Why? Okay.
So, Harry, what do you think
About props?
Do you think?
My own major business, to be honest, is how realistic it looks.
How realistic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly. And
I think
props
we had
is
some
a
of
lot
that.
guys. Yes.
So we are waiting for the collision of the Agvis category. So I don't know what's going on in the background.
Relax.
Yeah, they said they have like an exciting news for us. So let's wait. Again, congrats to Mubarak.
Yeah.
No,
Animal kind.
Animal Card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
fine.
It was Imokai that contested for. Was Imokai that contested for the Agris as well?
Yes.
Like I know him.
You can,
Oh,
maybe you
okay,
can mention to that. I would love to see what Imokai did for that.
Okay. Lots of Animal Card did.
I was like, I didn't put anybody's name in mind, but I didn't like pay extra attention to Imokai.
All right,
Oh
real.
no, wait.
It was the guy that
You know
told me
that
on
it's
this.
It was not that difficult to solve. Okay. So
Are we live back?
yeah, we've been live actually. All of this conversation have been live.
I'm not seeing.
Can we please keep? Yeah, you're not saying like. Are we live now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So our contestants for the AgBiz category were Adiola, arrest that. Ifeme Rodney, Imoka Ivare, Jimo Teslim, and Paul Joel Akunku. Now, without further ado, going from the bottom, first of all of these finalists, you get rogue merchandise, you get, it doesn't matter where you finish, we're all winners, right? Now, Judge 1 scored Adiola 30 out of 50, Judge 2 36 out of 50, Judge 3 32 out of 50, Judge 4 33 out of 50, putting Adiola at 131. And in 5th place. 4th place was occupied by Ifeme Rodney. Judge 1 put him at 34 out of 50, Judge 2 at 36 out of 50, Judge 3 34 out of 50, and Judge 4 37 out of 50, putting him at 141 out of 200. So this was the contest here was pretty stiff, right? And 3rd place is occupied by Jimo Teslim. Judge 1 put him at 34, Judge 2 at 37, Judge 3 at 38, Judge 4 at 42, all out of 50, putting him at a total of 151 out of 50. Out of 200, sorry. 151 out of 200. It's pretty, I'm excited. And now 2nd place is unoccupied because we have a tie. So we have a tie between Imoka Ivare and Paul Joel Akunku. So I have a tiebreaker idea in mind, but judges, what do you think? I mean, I feel like the natural thing would be to regrade with the tiebreaker in mind. And then we're talking through all of the details. It's the same level of scrutiny, then this time it's like extra time. So side by side with what took some time is because we're trying to work it out so that the YouTube viewers can also see what we're zooming into. So we're going to be doing that as well. So we're like zooming into putting Imoka's work and Paul Joel's work under extreme scrutiny, same metrics, but this time around we're trying to get out.
to be really. So as crazy as its edges, as good as its edges are, the piling is.
I wish I knew the software is. What did this guy use? You
Is it
know?
supposed to matter?
Not necessarily, but that's what's giving up the most of his own problem, in my opinion.
We'll do it in the. Are we? It's not back up. Okay. YouTube audience, we apologize for the. Okay, so for our YouTube audience, we apologize for the sound disruption. So I was saying we might actually not need the scorecards. Well, from what I hear from the judges, so really up to you guys to decide. If you want to do the scorecard, we might want to do that again just to ensure that. So, but I don't know that it's a black and white decision. I mean, these are the two renders, and can we have the reference go up intermittently? Just the two renders and then the reference, just so that people have a sense of what the basis is. It's
Put it in the middle.
no, it's okay. It's down here.
No, don't make it fill up. Yeah.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
Like you can obviously see that color on the render.
On the guys one, it's similar to the guys one.
Compared
Yeah,
to this one.
most of the lager.
Yeah. That's like the first one. It's very similar.
But those shadows are big. Like
Yeah, the shadow,
the edges in particular. It's like. I like that it's in the effort to do the brief the arch.
the camera is like almost identical in his own the reference compared to this dude's one. Imokai's own reference is not. Our camera is not as good.
No, you can just. Is this Windows 10?
This is not long.
This is 10. People should rest. Okay.
If you look on the mouse with that box, I think you get the photo split.
Not in 10.
Okay.
Go into it.
So we have the. Do we have the render coming up intermittently on YouTube? So like the reference image and then just reference image on, then away having the two renders side by side. Reference image and on having two renders, just so that and if that is going to be a problem, let's just have it.
This one is
Okay.
too bright. This one
Just
is
like
too
5 seconds each. 5 seconds. The two renders side by side and the reference image.
Yeah, this
highlight
highlight
here
and the arch. If you look at the wall, immediately the light comes in.
Okay, so let's just make the conversation more audible.
Okay, so immediately the light comes in. We're just looking at the differences really.
Yeah.
So this is kind of dull. This is too bright.
Sorry, by the left is Paul Joel, by the right is
Yeah,
Imoka.
so Paul Joel's is kind of dull. Imoka is very bright. Then the actual reference is kind of like smack in the middle of both of them. Now, the slight differences I'm looking at is the way the light, when the light comes in, the highlight from the light from the arch, the way it hits the wall. Imoka has that on the wall from when the arch comes in. There's the way the light hits the wall there, but this one kind of like looks like just the other one. That's Paul Joel. You see what I'm talking about? When the light comes from the arch on that
There's
wall.
also Paul Joel's shadow placement being almost exact to the reference.
Yes. It's exact. It's practically almost the same thing in the reference.
But you look
But
at
the
the
color-
wall where the beam, like talking about this bit here.
Yeah, the
The edges. So the edges. Can we zoom in?
YouTube, please, can we zoom?
Can we zoom into the?
Hello.
Yeah, can we zoom in?
And he tried to put
Just
his own in there.
follow us on screen. Sorry.
So like the edges of the wooden beams.
Yes, let's zoom into the wooden beams of two of them. Top left. So Imoka's has some more
Realistic
Nene, tell us.
attention.
Nene.
Okay, this is not real people. I don't.
Okay, yeah,
From let's say an outsider's perspective. I think this guy.
Paul Joel.
Yeah, I think overall, if we look at it realistic, not realistic, like
Political.
overall, like
Yeah,
this
political,
one, like
It's
the
closer.
lighting, yeah, it's actually
The color
closer.
and
The
everything.
color, the lighting, is it that slab on the right?
Yeah. The
It
dwarf
looks
wall.
closer to the actual.
one?
This one
The
is
dwarf wall. Yeah. The dwarf wall.
Dwarf wall. Okay.
Yeah. That.
Compared to
the
this
dwarf
one.
wall.
Dwarf wall now.
Yes.
Look at
Then
it.
the chair details, not all of them
Yeah.
got it. It did it
Let's look at it.
like that.
Okay. That's
Like
the underneath of the chair. Yeah, underneath the
on the
chair.
right. Then the camera angle. So this overall, I think looking at this two picture, you don't zoom in. Even the roof. You know, you're talking about how it is actually bamboo, and then some of them use. So it don't look closer because you tried replicating that bamboo.
The circular around the club.
And this one is just like.
Yeah, well,
And this guy had the copy.
Imoka's defense, and in Imoka's defense, you can testify to that his chair has the creases and everything that had a little bit of realism to his chairs. Compared to the other guy, if you look at it, and it's closer. If you look at the reference, we have creases on the chair. You see, this is very flat and smooth. And if you look at our reference, the chairs are not that smooth.
Again, this one is if you zoom in.
That's
If you look at everything.
Overall, looking at the two at one glance.
Okay, so
problem that we have is
camera angle wise, yours is more correct.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we should go back to the scorecards, and I think
And just choose who is more correct. Instead of numbers.
Yeah,
What do you think?
like
okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
We just
Just
choose
check,
who is
like-
more correct. Okay, so
I just
camera,
okay,
give it camera
just
angle.
make it 1 and 0.
Okay.
1 0 1 0. So this is between Paul Joel and Imoka. We're going
Camera
back to
angle. We're giving Paul draw camera angle, right?
for our audience. We're going back to the scoreboard, and this time it's not 1/10. It's just winner.
Who got it right? Who got it
The
right?
categories are camera angle, model details, lighting, texturing, and image appeal. So for camera angle, the judges are picking just one person. So it's 1 here, 0 there, right? So this is between Paul Joel and Imoka. So are we good with camera angle?
Yeah.
Paul draw.
Okay. Next would be modeling. Whose model is more accurate? So putting everything in consideration.
the table.
Yeah, well, there's okay. The table. there's the plant
Orange.
fish. There's the fact that the plant is
Even this is orange looks closer.
You know, orange.
yeah. So everything.
Hold on, that
Let the orange on that texture. So just overall modeling.
Let's go.
Overall modeling. Are we good?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Why are you giving about me?
Lighting. Lighting.
And
Who takes it between Paul Joel and Imoka?
Lighting will go to Paul draw.
No, it should be on your scoreboard. It should be on. Don't.
Right. Texture.
Texturing.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Overall appeal.
And then overall visual appeal. So holistic. All right. Judges, is it possible you just give me a total in front of your?
It's not because just the winner will get inside.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's okay. Yes, yes.
The winners are inside, yeah.
Yes, yes. I don't know. It should be a total because we are going across all of it. So make it a total of 3, 2, 4, 1. You get
Five.
because it's now averages when it goes out. You get.
It's still okay. Okay, I get
You
you.
get.
I get it, I
You
get
get.
it.
You get.
To help us.
Then may I have okay, overall image appeal. This judge is taking forever to which one appeals to you? That's me image. Honest. Okay, thank you very much.
This is 70,000.
Thank you very much. Wow, this is advanced judgment. No, if I hear. Not with what one of my judges did. It's
Home run.
It's a home run on one of my judges' scorecards. Okay, so Judge 1, so I'm just going to manually do this. So Judge 1 puts Imoka at 3. Imoka takes model details. Imoka takes lighting. No, Imoka takes texturing and image appeal. While Paul Joel takes camera angle and lighting. So Imoka takes model details, texturing and image appeal. Paul Joel takes camera angle and lighting. So that's a 3-2 in favor of Imoka. From scorecard 1. Scorecard 2. Imoka takes model details, texturing and image appeal. Pretty similar to the previous one. Sorry, one of those sheets is.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Who wins the whole judge?
I think the number.
The number.
Yeah, okay, so we can decide that right away.
Yes.
Should we work with the number or who wins from each judge? Number.
Because we might have 2 winners from both.
Yeah, we might have to.
So the numbers will help.
So number would help us fantastic because the tiebreaker means they both did a fantastic job,
Yeah.
and what separates you is not
Numbers.
it's not supposed to make a lot of sense. Okay. Pretty similar to the first judge. Second judge does the same. Imoka takes 3, and Ibari takes 2. Same categories. Imoka takes model details, texturing, and image appeal, while Paul Joel takes camera and lighting. Judge 3 puts Paul Joel, gives Paul Joel camera angle, model details, and lighting, while Imoka takes texturing and image appeal. So that's a 3-2 in favor of
Yeah.
Paul Joel.
Down is 3-2.
One of my judges is laughing because this judge knows what has happened here. So one of my judges, well, Paul Joel takes camera angle, model details, lighting, texturing, and image appeal. So on one of my judges' scorecard, it's a landslide, it's a 5-0. So that puts our total at 12-8 in favor of Paul Joel Apunku. I really needed this bias to come in. I needed the judges' biases to come to play, and it is pretty obvious that both contestants did an absolutely fantastic job, and that is why we had to do a tiebreaker round. And it's to the both of you guys have done a pretty amazing job. It just means that from the crop of people who applied to this, you guys showed up to be the best. And we appreciate your participation in this tournament, and it's once again, congratulations to the winners, congratulations to runner-up, congratulations to everyone who made the finals and the winners in the other categories as well. So I'd like to announce the winners of both categories.
Yes, we announced the winner of this category.
Of product.
Yeah.
Yes, the tiebreaker was the second or the first.
So it looks like our okay. So in the product visualization category, our winner there is Mubarak. Let me get the full name. My apologies.
Tiebreaker.
No, that's a product.
Yes. Okay. This one on the paper. Our winner is Mubarak Owoyemi. That is for product visualization, and our runner-up there is. My judges, please allow me. Thank you. I used to allow you guys. And our runner-up is Imoka Ibari. Round of applause for the both of them. For the for the architectural visualization category, our winners there are Paul Joel Apunku and Imoka Ibari again. So sorry?
Position did Badela Ogungbe from.
Yeah, Diola Ogungbefun came in somewhere. I don't know. I don't have that sheet here. Can I have this, sir?
What's this one? Adela Ogungbe.
Adiola came fifth in the Adways category.
No, I'm going to say
Okay. Well, I feel like this brings us pretty much to a close. We'll be making official announcements to announce our winners officially, put up their work there as well. And we would also be putting up every applicant's work, every participant's work out there as well. Like we already promised, we would also be doing YouTube sessions on pre-recorded sessions, critiquing all of the work, explaining what should have been done. I mean, like I already said, we already had a bit of an insight in this session, but then that would talk a bit more to right tools for use. We've said a lot about XSpy and all of that, right? and we'll be talking on how to use those. We'll be doing tutorials on how it applies and how it helps to recreate images for product visualization. We're going to be putting out steady content relating to all of the entries that came in, at least all of the, we'll try to cover all of the entries. I mean, we can cover a couple of entries in one video, but everyone who has participated in this tournament, I want to say a big thank you. This has been the maiden edition of Renderthon, and we have picked up quite a couple of things, as well as you must have as well. And next edition will be happening in the next quarter, being October, November, December. We tried to, one of the things we noticed in this one was the fact that there weren't a lot of entries. Was still live? Yes. Okay. There weren't a lot of entries in the product visualization category. We only had a total of 17. For the agris, we had the full 35, which was what the modality made room for, right? So we might, I don't know, maybe we'll discuss it and see how to, because we feel like that is where there's a bit of a deficiency in some ways. We'll just see, take a couple of these lessons and use it to produce a better edition in the next quarter. We've also picked up on some of the issues we've had, and we're definitely going to be fixing up on all of those. To our judges, I want to say big thank yous. We had two of the judges that are internal judges, members of the Rogue team. We have two external judges as well, persons of Nene and Kundu. We do appreciate your presence here, and your input has been invaluable in making this session a success. And we want to say big thank yous to you guys. You also get Rogue merchandise. Congratulations! And but yeah, it's been insightful, I believe, and to all our winners, congratulations, and thank you everyone who's been live with us through all of the ups and downs and everything that's been involved. I want to say thank you very much for making this possible. The point of this is again to foster healthy competition, and as we go along, we'll be looking to make the finales live sessions where our contestants can be a part of. I mean, it will require some effort to pull up, but it will help the inclusivity that we're trying to promote. Inclusivity among artists, collaboration among artists, and also help talented artists get noticed. Like I already mentioned, also next week we'll be having our winners come in. We'll try to pick a date that is favorable for all the winners. We have 3 winners because one person takes 2 prizes. So we'll be having a date that's favorable for all 3 winners, so that they can all come in and get to meet each other, take some pictures, and then claim your prizes. Thank you so much. I've said a lot of things. Judges, any last any final says before we call it a wrap?
It was an amazing experience, and we look forward to doing this again. I mean, we learned a lot from this, like my colleague said, and we're hoping that in the next edition we would have fixed all of these lapses with recordings, displays, and all that. I was really hoping that in this edition we'll be able to display the revisions as we're doing it live.
What the judges are saying.
What the judges are saying. I mean, that was like important, but like Chidi said, we are going to do that in the subsequent videos on the YouTube account. So just we look forward to doing that and then showing you, and yeah, I guess that's it.
Thank you very much.
Like and subscribe to Rogue to those YouTube account. Somebody said that.
So
like and subscribe, please.
yeah, so it should be important would like you to stay connected to us via YouTube as well, because we're putting out, like we mentioned, exciting and creative content, visualization, design, all of that, tools, usage, and all of that. So please subscribe and follow the channel, basically. Thank you all for being here. Instagram audience, thank you so much, and we look forward to having you guys in the Renderthon 2.0, and we promise that it's going to be bigger and better than this one. Thank you all very much. So our media team behind the scenes, fantastic job today. Thank you so much, and as we go, it can only get better. All right, guys, thank you for being a part of this, and thank you very much. Cheers and peace.